All right, we have given context to that. Let's take on our next story. You know, the national currency, the Naira that is currently navigating a severe multi-year survival crisis characterized by extreme volatility, massive devaluation, which impact the life of the everyday Nigerian. The cheering news, as we sit here, is that the Naira ended the 5-day trading week on a strong note. The dollar, we can tell you, fell to 1,386.55 Naira at the official foreign market, making it the currency's strongest performance in 2 years. At the parallel market, we also know as black market, the currency, the Naira, appreciated by 18 Naira to close the week at 1,452 Naira to the dollar. The CBN, we can tell you, happily continues to defend the Naira and stabilize the forex market. We are gradually getting close to home, Mayor.
Yes, let me start by saying that in the last 2 years, the CBN, through its monetary policies, have done relatively well. Because one of the things that determines your economy is the strength of your currency. And it is important for you to have stability in your currency. And in the last 2 years, we've had this stability. The Naira has been hovering around that 1,400 mark. You understand? And which is very good, because it will make people who are into business to be able to plan. It will be able to make foreign investors to know what they are dealing with. Unlike before, when one time it was up to 1,700, sometimes it will come to 1,600.
Cynics said it might get to 2,000 naira.
People were saying that it will even be more than 2,000 naira. But there was a time that immediately after certain decisions were taken, and there was this devaluation, everybody was saying that it was going to get out of hand. So we have to commend the CBN that for 2 years they'll be able to stabilize the Naira, which is something that is commendable. However, I sincerely believe that the Naira is undervalued.
Undervalued?
Yes, I believe it's undervalued. I don't agree that the Naira should be 1,380 or 1,400. Eventually, as things get better, the Naira will find its level. I believe that
like water.
The Naira exchange to the dollar should not be more than 1,000 Naira. That's what I believe. That's what I think will be a fair reflection of the value of the Naira. Now, because of the massive devaluation that we did, the Naira is struggling to really get its level, and I believe that the Naira is undervalued. That's what I think.
Kayode, Economics 101 will tell you and I that one way of saving the national currency is to indulge in an aggressive export drive.
True.
We earn more foreign exchange, and the Naira gets because this same Naira was a currency of exchange. At the far up days, you didn't need the Naira exchanged there. You know, but today it is fighting for its life.
So, having said that, this is like a reaction of some of the things we discussed last week when Bismarck Rouhani, came up with that statement that the current rate of Naira should be 1,229 or thereabout. And I recall that BKO, just like Mayor also stood their ground, that the real value should be like 1,000. And it's looking like it, that these people are not false prophets.
We are getting close to
We are getting close to 1,000. But beyond that, I think it's a wake-up call to continue doing the needful. Let's continue to patronize what we do. Let's also export some of the things that we do. By now, we shouldn't be dealing with some small things like toothpick being imported. I think the idea of also selling crude for Naira, it's also working for us well. And if we do much, in the way we do things, election is coming. That's part of my fear, where the economy is usually dollarized. and you see dollars floating everywhere. So there's more demand for dollars.
Plutocrats will come to the fore.
Exactly. So there's a lot of work.
Bags.
There's a lot of work for Cardoso and his team to see how they can strengthen the Naira in whichever shape or form. So I want to believe, but I have my fear from history that Naira may not do the best it can this period because of politicians. But whatever magic it can do, you know, it will help us as a country. So that's the way I look at it. But for me, it's a cherry news. There's a deliberate move, and this government is coming to let us know that, oh, stop doubting us. We are not like every other person's where you hardly believe what they tell you. They've told us that we are going to have a hard time at the beginning, and things will begin to take shape.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what the likes of Elon Musk is also saying, that there's a balance of power, the way things are going on. So if World Powers, IMF, World Bank, they are saying that, hey, you guys are getting it right. Who is Kayode, bloody layman?
Because why they are saying so, is like I said, if your currency has stability, which it has, which we have enjoyed in the last 2 years, if your exports have increased substantially,
obviously,
in fact, if you look at our revenue generation now, non-oil proceeds,
I hear
a major of our because now we are not even selling the oil as much as we should, you know, because of one problem or the other.
Yeah.
But we'll be able to now have other streams of income, taxation, export, and all that. The more we do that, and then by the time the Dangote refinery and the other refineries, when they
like
fully come on stream,
when
they fully come on stream, and there's no need for us to import crude, because that's one of the reasons, that's one of the areas where we spend a lot of foreign exchange. When we can reduce that and then improve our food production, because we also spend a lot of money on importation of food. When we can block those holes, the Naira will get stronger. And I believe that it will.
I'm sure we all remember the mad cow disease.
Sure.
When it got to the fore, do you know the cure for it came from Nigeria? Cassava, the cyanide in cassava.
That's true.
And Senator Ojiuzu Okalu, then governor of Abia, made so much money exporting cassava to Europe, which is what stopped the. So, as you said, if we can leverage on our products, export them.
Yeah, we're doing, a lot of people are doing, especially cash crops, people are doing a lot of export now. We just hope that they will be able to do more.
Yes.
We'll do more and then plug, because if we solve the problem of food importation and that of petroleum products, that will release a lot of pressure on the foreign exchange.
That's it. And
because those are the two sectors that really have need for foreign exchange.
Yeah, the Naira, I feel very, very sorry. They say memory is very unkind to an old man. I remember when the Naira was the Naira.
No, because we killed it. We killed it by our incompetence and corruption.
Dropped the ball.
It's just that this country is so blessed God so loved Nigeria that Nigeria is one of the most blessed countries in the world. The amount of money that people have stolen from this country and we are still standing is unbelievable.
A former British Prime Minister said so.
The amount of money that they've stolen from
in Nigeria,
country,
if it happened in the UK.
Because at that time, in the 60s, we were doing so well. Our export was very good because the cotton that we were using before during the time of the regions, we're still doing that. Then we have this oil that just came on stream, and we have more money. And then we have factories. So we're into a lot of production.
Do you know?
So when you have Naira, people go to England and buy with Naira. You just change it to about one to one.
Have you heard the scandal around our former oil minister, the lady? What's her name now?
Yes.
How much she spent at a store?
Yes.
You think
pounds, yes.
You think it's child's play? So the Naira is fighting for its life. We can help by, as I said, looking to non-oil exports, push them out. I was going to talk about a car in the Second Republic, you didn't need 2,000 naira to buy a Beetle car. Do you remember?
Yes.
And
It's like you watch the
you know,
report
because
with
then there's value. There's value to your naira. There. That's what I'm telling you. There's value there. When you leave,
Yeah.
when you as a young graduate, when you join this brother civil service, they will give you a car loan to buy a Beetle.
yes, yes.
You understand? But
And
now,
a car
even
loan.
up to the time of Goodluck Jonathan,
Yes.
up to the time of Goodluck Jonathan, naira was about 165 to $1. People can still afford to go abroad and buy a good car. Now you can't buy a solid car because by the time you change it, if you are looking at $70,000-$80,000, when you change it to naira, you have to go and bring your grandparents. So we messed up the economy. And
we bastardized the naira by choice.
For a long time, because we lost the economy, our currency was overvalued. And we were deceiving ourselves. But eventually, when you keep buying something on credit, you keep going to
maybe I should say
buy
this.
food.
It sounds funny, but then we're just having some real life gist. And we're talking to some people who are fond of keeping their dollars, waiting for naira to get worse.
Yeah.
And they will
Before,
have more money.
that's it.
A whole lot of them are seriously lamenting.
Of course.
You know?
Yes.
So I told some of them, I said, I think what you should do is whatever dollars you have, it should be dedicated to what you need dollars for.
Oh, yeah.
And not be expecting your dollars to turn to more naira, and you will now become richer. So please, do not wish our government evil by praying that things will get worse.
But you know what?
Use your dollars.
Was because they cancelled this dual tier for foreign exchange transactions.
The window,
because that is the problem at that time.
Yeah,
a lot of people will go to the central bank. All these big people get dollars at official rate, and then they won't do anything. They will just sell.
Go to the black
market and just sell. And people were doing
so
that.
That's where the CBN get the kudos.
Yes, and people made a lot of money on that. But now, if you want your dollar, you go and buy on the official rate, which is that 1,300 and something. So that's what you get.
So thankfully, yes, even though the national currency, the naira, is gasping for breath, we can give it more oxygen by doing things right.
True.
And we want to thank the central bank for the job it has done concerning in the last 2 years.
We'll give them thanks when it gets to 1,000.
No, it will get to 1,000 one day.
Very soon.
Mark that one.
It
will get to 1,000 one day. It's just for us to be able to generate more. If you generate more foreign exchange, naturally the naira will
I don't know. Do you know most of the wahala we are going through is self-made? We have 30 species of rice. You have heard that. And I never knew until recently that we had over 400 textile factories in this country. But electricity has put paid to their businesses.
Yes.
So imagine if 400 textile factories.
Not only that,
if 400 textile factories absorb 5,000 staffers, take how many people will be removed from the labor market?
Unemployment market.
Oh, come on. All right, we must go on a break, I'm told. So, let's make some money by sharing some commercials with you. Let's go there. Thank you.